Good afternoon. It's 1 o'clock and you're watching Younib News at 1. My name is Eunice Mutua, bringing you the top headlines this hour. We have a lot lined up for you, including the rollout of Nyota program, which is expected to benefit youth across the country. Also, we will look at matters politics, but before then, let's see the top stories making headlines.
That patriotism is not about words. It is about action, about the choices we make, and about the service we give each other every day, every time.
Ama mtu kutoka sehemu ya kaskazini mwa Kenya kupata kitambulisho ilikuwa gharama kubwa. Utaratibu ambao ulikuwa unatumiwa ulikuwa mrefu na ulikuwa na ubaguzi.
It's not supposed to be run from Avi House in Nairobi. We want to reiterate that health is a default function and we must be free of external forces that want to paint a bad picture.
Welcome. President William Ruto has praised retired Major Masden Madoka for embodying the principles outlined in his book, which details his experiences in public service. The book, launched yesterday at State House, Nairobi, emphasizes his personal narrative. Through his account, Madoka seeks to convey to the present generation the history of this nation and the sacrifices made by its founding fathers that have contributed to its current achievements.
His story reminds us that patriotism is not about words. It is about action, about the choices we make, and about the service we give each other every day, every time, and to humanity. When we read at the ready, we do more than revisit history. We are invited to walk alongside Major Madoka through Kenya's journey, to see our country's story through the eyes of someone who stood right at the center of its making.
They embody our national philosophy, representing what we stand for and what we would fight for as a people. The reason that motivates soldiers like me to defend our nation is encapsulated in our national flag, anthem, and loyalty.
The Council of Governors has rejected allegations made by the Kenya Medical Practitioners Doctors Union KMPDU that 136 children have lost their lives in Kiambu County as a result of the current doctors' strike. The council asserts that health services are operational in the county, and these claims are intended to damage the reputation of Kiambu Governor Kimani Wamatangi. In addition, the council has reappointed Wajir Governor Ahmed Abdullahi to serve as the council's chairman for a second term.
The council disassociates from the headline about the death of 136 babies and categorically states that it is not factual, it is pure witch hunt. The health function in Kiambu is functional. Kiambu has doctors in all its facilities, and they are all on duty. We urge the Ministry of Health and KMPDU to stop politicizing health. And you too appreciate that our politics is very toxic. But let's keep that toxic politics out of healthcare. It's not supposed to be run from Avi House in Nairobi. We want to reiterate that health is a devolved function, and we must be free of external forces that want to paint a bad picture of devolution. And if any one county had been able to successfully, from end to end, procure even a pen on e-GPay, from where I sit as chair of council, believe you or no, it hasn't happened. But we have a court order, so I think it's been tried on the go.
Principal secretaries visited all 47 counties to spearhead the implementation of the National Youth Opportunities Towards Advancement Nyota project. The PSS convened with governors, members of parliament, members of county assemblies, and local administrators to raise awareness among leaders and the youth regarding the initiative, which seeks to empower numerous young individuals throughout the nation. This program, initiated in collaboration with the World Bank, will provide grants of 50,000 Kenyan shillings to young people across the country.
The resources that these youths will lay their hands on, part of it needs to go into their savings so that then they are able to better plan their lives for future, but also for as a social safety net for themselves, but also the country.
The final selection will be dependent on how you perform on entrepreneurial aptitude test, where you are taken through some exercise, some few questions just to gauge at the level of your understanding in the sector that you want to take in.
The youths that are being targeted is the ages of 18 to 29 years. And if you're a PWD, now PWD is that person who has a certificate that you're a PWD. Then we will go up to the age of 35 years. And the target education is Form 4 and below.
For those who have some debts in Hustler Fund also may not qualify. So that's the first process, that's the first stage. After that, between 13th and 14th, there'll be a very rigorous validation process that will identify the people who will have qualified as per those requirements. After that, on 17th, the list of those who have qualified will be announced.
Kenya Kwanza leaders led by Deputy President Kithure Kindiki have criticized Democracy for Citizens Party leader Rigathi Gachagua regarding his assertions that the administration harbors bad motives following the elimination of identification card vetting for residents in the northeastern region in anticipation of the 2027 elections. During a resource mobilization event for small-scale traders impacted by a fire tragedy in Garissa County, Kindiki supported the president's decision, emphasizing that the vetting process has deprived the residents of northern Kenya of equal opportunities compared to other Kenyans.
Mimi nimesikia kuna watu wanadharau wananchi wengine, aidha kwa misingi yao ya dini au misingi ya mahali wamezaliwa. Hao viongozi tunawaambia waheshimu viongozi na wananchi wa Kenya.
Wanasema ati sababu wa Somali wamepewa kitambulisho na wanapata passport, eti hadhi ya passport ya Kenya inashuka.
Ama mtu kutoka sehemu ya kaskazini mwa Kenya kupata kitambulisho ilikuwa gharama kubwa. Utaratibu ambao ulikuwa unatumiwa ulikuwa mrefu na ulikuwa na ubaguzi, kwa sababu maswali ambao anaulizwa mtu wa kutoka hapa Garissa sio maswali ambayo inaulizwa Wakenya wengine kutoka sehemu zingine.
Sisi hasa ni kama tumepata uhuru katika uongozi wa William Ruto.
Hatuna ukabila, tunataka tuendelee pamoja. Ni kweli si kweli?
Garissa and the northern Kenya is part of this country. Na yule anataka kushindana na William Ruto hakuna shida. Wewe jitayarishe, funga viatu, tutaonana na wewe. Wale wote wanakubaliwa
kutoka Dadaab yende pale kunaitwa Kulan, kutoka Kulan yende Liboi, itoke Liboi yende Harahar. Ni kweli si kweli?
Our dear viewers, we are going for a short break, but we'll be back with more stories from counties.
Ever the best. Hallelujah.
Welcome back. The residents of Busia County have opposed the suggestion to modify the constitution via a parliamentary initiative. During a public hearing held in Busia town, the residents expressed that any proposed constitutional amendment should be put to a referendum. On Monday, the residents informed the senators that certain proposals included in the Constitution of Kenya Amendment Bill 2025 are misguided and do not aim to benefit the Kenyan populace.
Tuko kwa ground. So don't feel intimidated. Tell us the truth so that we ask these questions on your behalf. We want the money for the MP to be shown, the money for the MCA to be shown, the money for the national government to be shown, the money for the women rep to be shown. Where they are duplicating, we clean that out.
The question in the room is it going to benefit you or is it going to benefit this individual? We have seen many amendments done in the National Assembly. But if you are keen, they are after them, not you as a public.
Lakini kama housing for example, watu walisema nini? No. Na ilifanya namna gani? Inapitishwa. Na hakuna mwenye alipinga huko juu. That is why inasema vitu ya whipping hii. Ati mnakuwa whipped na mkubwa apati na nyote mnanyoroshwa. Hiyo ni kitu mbaya sana. We have to think about this thing.
Referendum ilifanywa ndio tutoke kwa ile katiba ambayo tuliwacha nyuma mzee, tukaingia kwa hii. Bwana tusitumie huo mpangilio ndipo kura itolewe.
Angalia, unaona vile ni parliament peke yake ile ya MPs ni inapitisha mambo. Unaona hata vetting yenye inafanyika pale vile mmesema vetting ifanyike huko na ifanyike huko. Mnaangalia hata mtu ameshindwa hata kusema kitu, hata mtihani hajapita, lakini hata amepitishwa. Si huwa tunaona vitu kama hizo. So vitu kama hivi tunaangalia tunasema, are they serious? Na sisi tuko huko tunaona.
Learning at the University of Kabianga in Kericho County has come to a halt as at least 200 lecturers have joined the ongoing national strike initiated by the university's academic staff union, UASU. The lecturers are demanding the full implementation of the 2017-2021 collection bargaining agreement CBA and the immediate initiation of discussions regarding the 2025-2029 CBA. The strike, which commenced on Monday, has disrupted activities at the institutions situated in Belgut constituency. UOK UASU Secretary Dr. Alfred Bett stated that the lecturers will not return to class until the government addresses their concerns.
This strike is national. It has been running for the last 3 weeks. And we are hoping that the government will give us what we want before we call off the strike. So the strike is national, and we are waiting for the National Secretary General to call off, then we start teaching. However, we want to ask our students to be calm, to continue studying on their own, to use the library and other facilities within the university as we try to solve this problem once and for all. For this university, we have several demands that are falling under local CPA, which the management has told us is trying to address, but the current strike is national. Some of the internal issues that we have includes non-payment of part-time claims. It includes gratuity payments. It includes tutorial fellows that we want them to be converted into assistant lecturers so that they also benefit from facilities like loans from the banks.
Serikali haijaweza kulipa huu mkataba na malecturer wameonelea kwamba hawatafunza mpaka ile siku yenye serikali itatimiza hiyo hadi. Serikali imekataa kutimiza hadi ya maongezi ya 2025-2029 CBA ambayo tunatarajia kwamba waanze maongelezi. Hivi sasa katika chuo kikuu cha University of Kabianga hakuna masomo. Waadhiri wote wanazuiliwa kuingia ndani ya chuo, na sisi tunaona kwamba hii ni hujuma na hatutaruhusu serikali kutumia intimidation kusumbua malecturer ama waadhiri Kenya mzima.
Now on to sports. As the FIFA international break progresses, the Harambee Stars have gathered at camp with Kenya poised to conclude their 2026 FIFA World Cup qualifying campaign this week. Kenya is scheduled to play against Burundi on Thursday, followed by a match against the African champions Cote d'Ivoire on the 14th of October. Coach Ben McCarthy faces a challenging task as Kenya has not succeeded in defeating either team in the previous home fixtures.
Out there to play the best football that we possibly can and hopefully to win. We're just out of the qualifying range, so now you can bring in young players and new players and giving them an opportunity to play in the national team.
To definitely get an appearance for the team so I can finally say I played for Kenya.
Looking forward to hopefully someday to be able to be all-time top scorer, but still at the end of the day, still a lot of hard work to be done, but of course it's a great feeling that any player will aspire to do.
For us to lose, we have to lose to a team that we knew we had no opportunities, no possibilities of winning the game. That's the only way.
We wish Harambee Stars the very best in their upcoming matches. Well, that news brings us to the end of this live broadcast right here on Younib TV. Thank you so much for tuning in and choosing to get informed with us. Remember, news doesn't end with Younib TV News at 1. You can follow us on our socials for more updates from around the world and across the nation. Until next time, my name is Eunice Mutua. Have a great afternoon.